Friday. I'm about to go out for my first run of the day. It's about 1 p.m. I have 2 runs today, so it's a little late to be starting my first run of the day. I'm going to do 10 and 5 double, but I slept in a bit, and then I got locked in on podcast stuff. I published a podcast, made a reel, did a few other things, some plans, so got locked into that, starting a little late. Luckily, the weather's good, but yeah, I've had a great week. Let's talk about it on the run. All right, we're a couple miles in now. Scotty just called me with like a mile into the run, and it's always nice. Like, I feel like a run goes by so fast when you got someone on the phone with you, so nice to chat for 5 or 10 minutes with him. And Alex are driving up to a wedding, so nice. Always down for a phone call on the run. But so this week has been amazing. Last week I ran like 79 miles officially, but I ran around the Chicago Marathon a lot and didn't like count that, so probably like really like 81, 82 last week. And this week, so I was like, okay, that's like enough miles with no pain. And I did some strides too, to like start thinking about workouts again. So on Wednesday, I show up to our run and other people were doing workouts, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 5 by mile at threshold, just like purely go off heart rate, keep it around 175, and 1 minute rest, and like see how this goes. And I got through 5 around like 5:40 pace, and I felt really comfortable, like totally in control. And I was like, I'm gonna do one more, why not? Did 6 by mile at threshold, 5:40 pace, felt great. Huge, like, I mean, the last time I did that a couple weeks ago was like 6 minute pace pretty much. Granted, it was a lot warmer, but amazing how like 2 weeks of training, like how much of a difference that made. So that's like really optimistic for me. And then obviously, like after that workout, I was like, okay, I shouldn't double T. Maybe I'll just do a light double in the afternoon, like a jog. Did I keep thinking about it all day, thinking about it? I went out and did 16 by 400 in the afternoon at 80 to 82. So not my smartest move, but I'm also just feeling like, and it wasn't great. Like I felt really good. Like it wasn't like a overextension or anything. But I think like Houston's like 3 months out now. I'm feeling like a little pressure to get back in like decent shape. So like, yes, that wasn't the smartest move. I will be around like 90 this week, which is awesome. And my, like everything feels totally healthy. So it's good. But yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest. I keep saying I'm not going to do goofy stuff, and I keep doing it. So it is what it is. I'm healthy, feeling good. And it's about time to get back in to that full training mode again. So back up to peak mileage here soon. So hopefully finish out this week around 90, 100 next week, and then we'll kind of just like ride that for a bit, 100 to 110, most of the block like I did for Bayshore, and see what kind of shape we can get in for Houston Marathon. All right, got about 3 miles to go on this run, feeling great. Wanted to provide an update too. Last thing on this run, I've been full-time Life in Stride for months now, which is crazy. It's flown by, and wow, it's been really, really fun, rewarding. I feel like I've had like pretty much no stress every day. I'm just having fun every day. So just to kind of give some like feedback on how it's going for us as a business, I think we've brought on in the last month about 10 new athletes. Instagram has grown a ton. We're about to cross 4,000 followers. We became YouTube partners. I think we're up like 250 subscribers in just a month, which like for how many we had is significant. And now we're able to start generating, granted it's going to be a small amount, but ad revenue on videos, which is awesome. And podcast is going great. We had our best week ever on the podcast, and we've been holding our highest weekly audience sizes ever. So just like cranking out 3 a week has been critical for us. So things are going extremely well first month, and I'm just like so excited to build on what we have now. I think like naturally when I quit my job, I was very like nervous about everything, right? But to have such like a strong first month and like such an awesome time in Chicago and just like seeing all this growth, I'm just like really confident in my decision to do this full time. And that's been so rewarding, just seeing the results and just the response from you watching this, the listeners, our athletes, everything. So I'm just feeling so grateful and just like really excited now. I really don't feel worried at all about the decision, and I'm just like so excited to work every day and keep building this thing. So yeah, that's the 1 month update. All right, 10 miles easy complete. I started that run way too late because I have a dinner at 7 and I have to do 5 more miles later. So I'm gonna have to run in like 3 hours, which sucks. So eating some food right now. Got a little yogurt with granola, get some protein in, and then I got just a frozen meal. Come on, man. Sometimes a frozen meal is just nice and easy. I always keep 2 in the freezer just in case I'm feeling lazy for lunch. Paid off today. So got a few more things to do. I got to write 8 to 10 plans. I got to take a Life in Stride singlet to the post office, and then I'm done for the day. Then we got dinner at 7. Got to run 5 more miles. So let's do it. Let's have a Friday. All right, run number 2 is about to go down. I got 5 miles easy. I have to be at dinner in an hour and 5 minutes. I have a 40-minute 5-mile run to do. So gonna be cutting it close. Wish me luck. All right, pulling into Seneca Park at 6:05 a.m. I'm 5 minutes late per usual. I just like habitually late. I need to work on this. Anyway, I'm going to do 18 miles today. That's the plan. Probably shoot for like maybe like 8 to 10 steady miles. So I don't really know what steady pace is for me right now. I'm just gonna go off heart rate. So usually my steady heart rate is like 155 to 165. So I'm just gonna kind of use that as a judge. Normally you can use like marathon pace, like so 20 to 30 seconds slower than marathon pace, but I don't really know what marathon pace is right now. So I'm gonna use heart rate as a judge for any sort of steady effort today. And you know, I'm gonna be honest, like my plan's 18, but it is 100% your fault if I go 20 for not holding me back. So I'm just kidding. I'm shooting for 18, but maybe we'll do 20 if I feel good. We'll see. Besides that, huge news last night. My favorite football team, University of Louisville, beat Miami at Miami, number 2 ranked Miami. So that was a huge W, one of the biggest wins in my lifetime. So I am one, I didn't get a ton of sleep because it ended at 10:30, but 2, I'm so stoked about that. Just riding a high, so it feels amazing. No Scotty screams. Nothing.
That dog, Brad Pierce, bro. 243, you kidding me? He passed me, he said, bro, come on, let's go. I said, you're on a heater, dude. Just send it. He was cruising.
Mason, what's the workout today?
5-4-3-2.
Let's go, dude. Peak Indy long run right here. The run going today?
It's a beautiful morning in Louisville. The air's a little thick, but good company, good conversation. This is Life in Stride right here.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Yeah.
True. Justin, what's the pace?
I don't know. We're on a heart rate now.
I think we're like 635.
I think
640.
645, yeah. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Been off the wagon for a bit. We're back on. 12 weeks to Houston. Let go.
Oh yeah. Right, 14 and a half in. Feeling good. I progressed from like mile 8 from like 650 down to 630-ish with Cheston and Mike. Now I'm gonna try to hold 620-ish the rest of the run. That feels about steady right now. So I forgot this morning there's a half marathon in Louisville called the Urban Bourbon, which is like, this is bourbon country, and I guess Louisville is like the urban area of Louisville, so hence the name. But we kind of ran on the course this morning, and the park is right by mile 7 of the race. So I think when I finish this long run, it should work out pretty well timing wise to go spectate mile 7 a little bit. I think we got a few friends running, so might go do that if the timing works out. And mile 17, clicked off at 6:10. 1 to go, try to keep it around 6:05, 6:10. Heart rate's definitely a bit above steady. You can probably tell my breathing is too, but I'm feeling good to push a little further. I'm at like 170 heart rate, so gonna try to keep it right around there the last mile, but I'm really trying to focus on my form too. I was reading an article about the winner of the women's race in Chicago, and she said at the end she was really trying to keep her arms good, focus on form, and I really liked that advice, so I'm trying to do that on this run. All right, just pulled up to mile 7 of this race. The leader should be coming through here in 5 to 10 minutes. It's been 32 minutes since race start, so I'd imagine the leader is probably running about 5:30 pace today, so it should be pretty soon. Got a few friends running, so gonna spectate, get some video of them. But the long run today was great. 18 miles total. We had a fun group this morning. Ran to downtown and back, 18 total. So from like mile 1 to 10, we did easy pace, and then the last 8 miles was kind of like a progression from like 6:50 down to like 6:05, 6:10. And yeah, I felt really strong. I feel like my main weakness right now is the distance, like part of it. So like once I get kind of past like an hour and a half, hour 45, I can tell like the fitness isn't like fully there to like keep going past that time range. So like I just need to keep doing it over the next few weeks, get some 18-20 milers in, and like hopefully that comfortability comes back at that distance. But I think like that's what I lost the most, is like the comfortability over like 90 minutes of running since I've been injured. So but yeah, overall great run today, really promising. I took gels at 30 minutes, an hour, and an hour and a half. So 3 carbs fuels, 150 grams of carbs on the run. So that was successful. But yeah, gonna go spectate now and get some footage. Let's go, Brandon.
What's up, Caroline?
Let's go. Over halfway. I think so, right? Where you at? Looking good. All right, back home from long run. The post office is open from 9 to 11. It is 10:20, and the singlet I was supposed to mail out yesterday. Apparently the post office closes at 4:30 and not 5. So I printed out the labels at the library, but I was 5 minutes late to the post office yesterday. So got to mail the singlet out for my guy Dom in the UK. He's racing the Lisbon Marathon next week, and I'm hoping his singlet can arrive to him before he goes to that. So I'm going to try and drop it off today. All right, I am cleaning up the mess from breakfast this morning. We did pancakes, we did bacon, we did eggs. It's pretty much what we do after every long run, which is great. I chilled out after a movie on the couch. Didn't take a nap. Actually, I was pretty locked into the movie, so that's good. So I can sleep well later. The rest of the day, we're going to go get pho, or it's pronounced pho if you are pronouncing it correctly, which is like the Vietnamese soup, which is really good, similar to ramen. And then tomorrow morning, easy run. I have a one-on-one podcast with Ben Felton, which is going to be awesome. Talk about his PR at Chicago in the morning. And then, yeah, we got church to end the weekend, so, and a family dinner. So should be fun. Excited for that podcast with Ben tomorrow morning. A bunch of friends from like all over. Sunday morning, out here doing my easy 5 miles. I think I'm going to be at like either 92 or 93 on the week, which is crazy. So I think that gives me the green light to go 100 plus from here on out until Houston. So we'll see how the body responds to that. I will say, you know, jump mileage a good amount the last few weeks, right? And my body feels like really good. I thought after the double T on Wednesday, I'd be like absolutely cooked, and I wasn't. After a long run yesterday, thought the same. Like that was my longest run in a while. It was over 2 hours, and my body feels pretty good today. We'll see tomorrow, 2-day effect, but today feeling pretty good. So the pod with Ben Felton was supposed to go down like pretty much right now, but he had something come up, and it's always tricky because there's so many people in the UK we want to get on, right? But they're like 5 hours ahead, so it's always difficult time-wise, especially like to get Danny and Scotty on because they're still working full-time, and obviously I'm doing this full-time, right? So it's hard to, you know, because normally we record at 8 p.m. during the week, but in the UK that's 1 a.m. So me and Ben are gonna have to do a one-on-one, which is perfectly fine. I feel like I know him really well. I've watched probably all his videos, so totally comfortable doing that. But hopefully we have a reschedule for tomorrow. I should be able to drop it same day. So really looking forward to that conversation. Want to hear all about his PR in Chicago. Talking about Chicago, I did pick up my bib in Chicago, but I didn't run, of course. Look at the shirt they gave. Not the best shirt. People were definitely not pumped about the Chicago gear this year. I think it's fine. Like, I'm not over the moon about it. I liked last year's a lot better, but kind of looks more like a 5K shirt than a World Marathon Major shirt. All right, I had to switch over to the phone because it's raining, as you can see, pretty hard. That camera is very much not waterproof. I think the phone is either waterproof or water resistant. Really don't know what the difference is between those two. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about my race schedule leading into Houston Marathon. I think in 3 weeks, I am planning on doing Indy full, but I'm just going to pace a sub 240 group for as long as I can. If I can get to the finish, that'd be great, but honestly, like around 20, that'd probably be my goal. Just to like get Danny and another guy, we coach Chase, and anyone else who wants to hop on if you're watching, through at least 20, feeling good on like 239, 238 high pace. Then I'm going to do the Thanksgiving 5 miler. I always do, and shoot for probably like 25 mid at that. I think that would be like a great, honestly, anything under 26 there would be like a really good indicator that the fitness is going in the right direction. And then I don't know, like I'd love to sneak in a half before Houston, but I don't know if there's any like good ones around here, so I'd have to look into that and see if there's anything in Tennessee maybe or Indiana that would be good in like in between the Thanksgiving race and January. I'm not sure, so I'll have to look into that. But and then Houston, obviously we'll be shooting for low 220s, maybe sub 220 if I can get in shape by then. So the main question I've been asking myself now is, do I have enough time to get into that low 220, 220 flat type shape with 12 weeks to go till Houston? And I think like yes, the answer is yes. It's just a matter of, is my body ready to handle like what it's going to take to get there? Because I know realistically, right, it's going to take probably at least 10 weeks between 100 and like 125 miles a week. And like mentally, you know, I'm fine with that. I did it before Bayshore. I know like I can do it again, and now with a more flexible job, I can recover more, sleep more. So that's all good. It's just like when injuries pop up doing this, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the plan is to like hit it pretty hard starting next week, keep it over 100 until pretty much we taper off for Houston. But so like, can we get 10 weeks in over 100 fully healthy? And like that's going to be the main question of whether I can like get close to my PR or run a PR at Houston or not, is can I stay healthy for those 10 weeks of really hard training.
All right, Sunday at 5:30, just got back from a family party. We did church, family party, and then now we're going to my parents for dinner here in about an hour. So very family packed Sunday as always. We had carne asada at lunch, and I like every time I have a big lunch on Sunday, it's like pretty like guaranteed I'm going to fall asleep on the couch. So I fell asleep on the couch at the family party for about an hour to 90 minutes. So just classic, but great day so far. Should be a great evening. Looking forward to another week of training next week. First 100-mile week in probably like 10 to 12 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. But thanks for following along. We'll catch you next week. We'll have all the boys back in town that were in Chicago back training with us. So should be a fun week. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next week.